the violence is back in West Bengal. On 21st March, 8 villages were allegedly burnt to death in Birbhum. On 13th March, 2 newly elected councillors were murdered after the civic elections. And student leader Anis Khan's death in February is still shrouded in mystery. In just a few weeks, these acts of violence have brought the TMC's focus back to West Bengal. Its national political aspirations have been put on hold, and the Congress and the BJP have trained their guns on Mamata Banerjee. But it is not the first time that West Bengal has seen political violence. What is the difference this time? I am Mohammad Safi Shamsi, and I am going to decode this for you. Before we go any further, a quick recap of the violence that has rocked West Bengal since the last week of February. Anis Khan, an activist with student organizations, was found dead on February 18th. It is claimed that moments before his death, 4 people visited him, and one of them was in police uniform. Anis was said to be involved with the Indian Secular Front, a small political outfit that contested assembly elections last year in sync with the left. Anis's death is claimed to be a murder and is currently being probed. 2 newly elected councillors were killed on March 13th, right after the civic elections. One of murdered councillors was from Trinamool in North 24 Parganas district, and the TMC accused the BJP of being involved in the killing. In the second murder, a Congress councillor was killed in Purulia district. In this case, the party blamed the TMC. On March 21st, Bhadu Sheikh, a panchayat leader from the TMC, was murdered. Within a few hours of the murder, 10 houses of Bhadu Sheikh's rivals were burned in retaliation, and 8 people were charred to death. Interestingly, Bhadu, as well as his rivals, shared the same political affiliation. The BJP has not lost the opportunity to gain political mileage. A demand to have a discussion on the Birbhum incident led to a scuffle in the state assembly. 5 BJP MLAs, including Shubhendu Adhikari, leader of the opposition, were suspended. A BJP fact-finding team formed by party's national president JP Nadda, among its conclusions, claimed the collapse of law and order machinery in the state. In West Bengal, activism of any sort, especially politics, is not entirely free from violence. From the streets to the state assembly, protests are everywhere. In fact, over the years, active politics and violence have become synonymous. Starting from the Congress tenure, followed by the 3 decades old left rule, and now the Trinamool's 3rd term. Violent politics is now as much part of West Bengal as much as the propaganda machinery. So, while the violence we have seen in the state in the past months is not new, it does show the Trinamool in a poor light. The party is being blamed for the violence, for having active or passive links with these incidents. It is in this context that the 2 recent developments in West Bengal become significant. One, the BJP as the main opposition party is bearing down on Mamata Banerjee. The party was widely expected to win the state elections, but were defeated by a large margin by the TMC. Which brings us to the second big development. TMC's big win led them to dream of a larger role in national politics. The party went ahead and contested in Goa this year. Mamata Banerjee campaigned in Uttar Pradesh for the Samajwadi Party. She met several veteran leaders in the opposition and proposed to work in sync for 2024 Lok Sabha elections. While these efforts were still in process, violence surfaced in different parts of the state over February and March. This gave BJP and the others in the opposition a chance to reclaim their political presence. The Trinamool government now faces a stiff political challenge in the home state, and while it is busy in Bengal, the party may have to slow down its national expansion plans, as ignoring Bengal could strengthen the opposition. Like all the turbulent decades, political fortunes could either be made or marred by the violence in the state. The rural polls next year and the following Lok Sabha elections in 2024 will show who gains from it.